Can you make coffee with a straw? You can with the JOGO. Find out more here on Bean Basics. Oh, hey there. Welcome to Bean Basics with Bob and Michelle. Welcome to sunny Saugatuck, and welcome to the Obis Lab. Hey, listen, today we're talking about something that I found on Kickstarter called the JOGO. And the JOGO was launched back in March, and the idea of the JOGO is that it's a straw that you can use to make coffee with. And the JOGO is something that's portable and easy to take with you. And so we're going to go through whether we think this is a good product or not here in just a minute. So I'm going to invite our friend Carter on. Carter helped us a lot with the Bambino Plus, and he's going to help me evaluate the JOGO. So Carter, if you don't mind coming on.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for having me.
It's great to see you again. It's been a
Great
while.
to be back. It's been a long time.
You know, the last video we did was like back in December.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, no, it was back in December.
It was back in December. We started in like the
What do you
summer
mean?
though.
No, we started in the summer, but the last one we did was
in
in December. Okay. Anyway, we'll move on from that. Are you up to sort of giving this a review?
I'm up for it.
Okay, and I'm gonna walk you through it. This is the way the packaging comes, so I'm gonna hand you one right there.
I get to unbag it.
You get to unbag it, and you know these newfangled products. The nice thing about them is they sometimes come in interesting packaging, and
They do.
It's something to almost evaluate and look at in of itself. So far, it's like a D minus because you can't get it out. You can't get it out of the bag.
Really keeps it secure.
Yeah, yeah, right.
That's really the big plus. There we go.
Whew. All right, we got it out. Right. So, but
There we
yeah,
go.
it's a simple product, right?
It's a simple product. It's
Okay.
just a little straw.
All right. Little
With
straw.
a little complex packaging.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
On. And let's just go ahead and there's a little doodad up there.
Yes,
if
there
you'll
is.
Pull that. So it comes with its own cleaning straw,
Cleaning
which
pipe.
is great. We'll probably put that to the side because we're not going to need it. And then also at the end, and that's where that little micro filter is, and we'll just talk about how that's going to be made. But that comes off, right? It
yes.
just sort of screws off and on.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fabulous. And then so go ahead and put that back on.
Let's do it.
And of course the other asset is that it has this little rubberized tip, and the advantage of the rubberized tip is that hey, when you drink your coffee, because you're going to be drinking hot coffee through a straw, you won't burn your lips, right?
Right.
Okay, so let me go ahead and walk you through it just per their instructions. So first I'm just going to have you hit the Narita there and turn that on. The Narita, I don't know, is that in shot? Can we get that in shot? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
The Narita is our travel kettle. I mean, that's the travel kettle that Michelle and I take on trips. We've done a video on it. It is actually our most popular video, right?
Isn't that crazy?
It's famous.
It's a famous portable kettle video.
Yeah.
So, you know, we do travel a lot. That's why we talked about the travel kettle. What we're really looking for is whether this is something that we would travel with too, like to make coffee on the road in a really simple way, and we're going to find out whether we can do that or not. So we're going to have to grind some coffee, so I'm going to have you turn on the grinder there for a minute.
It's on. It's been spritzed. And we're turning it off.
I didn't spritz it.
You didn't spritz it?
No, because, you know, we're not weighing this coffee. This is going to be done volumetrically, and so I always like to get rid of this at it clean when we're weighing it.
Okay.
Because, you know, we're weighing like exactly 18 grams. We want to get 18 grams out, but in this particular case, we're just going to be scooping the coffee out. And the reason we didn't run the grinder very long is we already pre-ground some coffee, so we've got some coffee right in there. You always have to give it a good whiff, you know.
It's good.
That's part of the experience of coffee.
I love it.
Yeah, the aroma.
Since I was a kid, like way before I drank coffee, that smell was just magical.
That's
to
right.
Me, so.
It is. Oh, you're right.
Right?
It's awesome. Actually, I'm going to have you turn that off.
Let's do it.
Because one of their instructions here is they don't want you to use boiling hot water. So they want it to be just off the boil. And that's kind of true for coffee in general. You don't want it to be boiling. You want it to be just off the boil. And if you have a dark roast, you'll even want it a little bit less. Okay, so let me run through the instructions here. It says for each 5-ounce cup, add 1 teaspoon of medium to coarse ground coffee to your mug.
Teaspoon or tablespoon?
A tablespoon, absolutely. Thank you. And then...
is that heaping or is this rounded? Like, what kind of tablespoon are we working with here?
I know, and that's the thing about volumetric controls, right? Because if it's rounded, it's going to be more coffee. If it's level, it's going to be less, right? And so generally 1 level teaspoon of BIGGBY Best, which is what we're using, weighs about 4.5 grams. So I don't know the answer, right? So when you deal with volumetric methods of dosing your coffee, you have to figure out what your taste is on that, right? So the gold cup standard, if we're going volumetric, would be for every 6 ounces, it can be between 1 and 2 tablespoons. Well, right there, that's already a pretty wide range, right?
Yeah.
So it's always to taste, and that's how everybody should drink their coffee, is the way they like it, of course. So we're going to go with 2 rounded teaspoons in this particular case in each cup, and we're going to go with 2 because we're going to each have a 10-ounce cup of coffee today.
All right.
Yeah, right on. All right, I'm going to have to, once you get that done, give you some kind of measuring device. So far, if you were traveling, you wouldn't actually need a grinder with you. You need some method of heating up water, and maybe that method of heating up water might already be in a hotel room or something like that, or you have access to hot water. But we do travel with our travel kettle, so that'll do the trick. So now each glass is going to need 10 ounces of water. So if you'll go ahead and measure and put that in.
Yeah.
And...
there
perfect.
We go.
Yep. Uno.
Just pour it in?
Yeah, pour it in. Perfect.
Beautiful.
And go ahead and dose another 10 ounces, and then we'll take it to the next step.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Not in the slightest. There we go.
Nearly perfect. Probably somebody
perfect.
pre-measured that.
Yeah, it's almost like playing ahead.
It's like magic, you know? Okay. And then you're meant to insert a straw. I'm going to hold mine to the side, but go ahead and insert the straw and just give it a stir. And I'm assuming that what we're doing here is hydrating the grounds. And then that's it. You just let it sit for about 4 minutes. And you know, the thing that I want to communicate to everybody, this is an immersion method, you know, like auto drips or percolation method and so on. So it's very similar to the idea of a French press, right? So the French press filter is this mechanism right here, and you push the grounds down and then you pour it out. It's also an immersion method like cowboy coffee was, and we can put both videos up to French press and cowboy coffee. It could be on this side, it could be on that side, right? Yeah, either one. But both of those can be, you know, have solubles in the drink, right? This method here, I think one of the hardest things to get over is the fact that you've got like chunks of coffee in your beverage, right? So it might seem unappealing on the one hand. On the other, it doesn't end up in your mouth, right? When you suck through this in the end, it does not end up in your mouth because it has this microfilter right here. It keeps it from coming up. So the brew method is fine and can extract a really nice cup of coffee. But the other thing you have to kind of get over on this is the idea that you're going to be drinking your hot coffee out of a straw, right? So like I don't drink coffee out of a straw, but a lot of people do.
Right.
You know, people often drink coffee, even hot coffee, out of a straw because maybe they've whitened their teeth and that kind of thing, and they're trying to get the coffee past their teeth in order to drink it. So if you're a person that already drinks hot product out of a straw, using a straw is not a big deal. So we were supposed to let this go for 4 minutes, right?
Yes, we were.
What do you think? Like 1 minute's gone by?
1 minute's gone by?
It's about 2.
2 minutes, okay. So let me just go through some of the other sort of assets. It says it has a heat regulated tip. I think what they mean is there's a little rubber piece here on the end so you don't burn your lips. And got that.
Yep.
It says it's an ergonomic design. I think that has to do with this little bend right here that's meant to just slide right up to your mouth, nice and easy. Go ahead and read the next one.
Yeah. It's talking about stainless steel, so it's built to last,
Right.
durable, food-grade stainless steel.
Right. So this is $19.99. So you're buying a $20 straw, but the point there is, hey, this will last you a lifetime. Right?
Yep. Got an unscrewable filter, which is for easy cleaning, which means that it can be screwed, as in like...
It's unscrewable.
As in
Yes,
to
you can
unscrew.
unscrew it.
You can unscrew it.
Yes.
So it's unscrewable.
Yep.
It's also screwable, right?
is.
Okay. It has a micron metal filter, and that's this little filter here, which is actually more fine than the French press itself. So you really don't end up with any solids in your mouth. Go on.
Zero waste. So
Right.
it allows you to brew and enjoy your coffee, the same mug, simplifying the process and no unnecessary waste.
No unnecessary waste, including like coffee filters, right? So there is no filtration, throwawayable filtration process here. And then it's highly portable, which is true. You could like just put this in your back pocket and feel really good about it. The flavor is good because it is that immersion method, same as a French press or cowboy coffee. It's multi-purpose. Now, I had to think about that, but you can do tea with this, and you could actually just use this as a regular straw. You know, if you're trying to protect the ocean and the environment and stuff like that, you can use this for your Kool-Aid if you want to, all right? Single serve coffee. Now, this one's a stretch. The idea here is you can make a bunch of coffees for people. Everybody gets their own straw. Everybody gets to make it the way they want to make it. And then the last one is that it's teeth friendly, right? And so I think we've already talked about that. Yes, you get a very nice smile, but you'll be consuming the coffee behind your teeth. So if you're concerned about drinking coffee and staining your teeth, that's not going to happen with this particular product. So
You guys have been 4 minutes now.
okay,
Hey.
all right. So let's give it the old testaroo. I'm going to give mine a stir. It does have like a little, almost like coffee crema looking thing on top. That's fine. And this is BIGGBY Best, so we know the standard that this should be from a taste profile. I'm always afraid I'm going to burn my lips when I do this, like hot into my mouth. But
Mine wasn't bad. I think
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine. And you know what? It tastes just like BIGGBY Best, right?
Yeah.
So it's super awesome. Well, we always ask ourselves after doing one of these, is this something that we're going to keep? You know, is this something we're going to crush because we think there's no benefit in the world to us? Or is it something that we're going to give away? And the context of this particular question is this a good travel device for making coffee on the road?
I think it is. I really do see it as a nice, like, on-the-go travel device. I think if you're traveling, right, you just have your bag of ground coffee, some way of heating up water in your hotel room or wherever, like, and you got the straw. That's all you need. Even, I think I'll be in college on the dorm room on the go, right? Just like heading out the door, get coffee grounds, hot water, and the straw, and you got a cup of Joe in front of you.
Yeah, right on.
Joe on the go.
So the JOGO is a go-go, and we're going to make it a keep.
Yes, we are.
All right. On that note, I think we'll leave you, and what we always like to say is when you love the world,
The world will love you right back.
right on. Hey, thanks for joining us. For future episodes, click the subscribe button. Bean Basics is brought to you by One Big Island in Space.com with 2 G's.